Hey, church. So we're going to read something from 1 Samuel chapter 7. And what's happening here is it's during the time of the judges, and now Samuel is the judge of Israel. And there was let me just say there's some challenges as always with the people. And so I want to read something to you here from the scriptures and see what God wants to say to us today through it. The ark remained in Kiriath Jearim for a long time, 20 years in all. During that time, all Israel mourned because it seemed the Lord had abandoned them. Okay, so the ark that is being referenced here is the Ark of the Covenant that was part of the tabernacle. Now, when you listen to this, you see there's this isolation of the item of worship, the tool of the item of worship of God, and things just didn't seem right because it seemed like to them the Lord had abandoned them. Okay, so there's that isolation feeling. It feels like things aren't right, things aren't normal, things aren't the way they ought to be, and they weren't. But let's keep reading and find out why. Then Samuel said to all the people of Israel, if you want to return to the Lord with all your hearts, get rid of your foreign gods and your images of Ashtoreth. Turn your hearts to the Lord and obey him alone. Then he will rescue you from the Philistines. So the Israelites got rid of their images of Baal and Ashtoreth and worshipped only the Lord. Oh, so in the midst of how they felt like God had abandoned them, the truth of the matter was that they had abandoned God. They had replaced God. Did they acknowledge God? Yeah, they knew he was God. They acknowledged him. However, they brought things alongside of him in worshiping and having images of Baal and Ashtoreth, pagan gods that were no gods at all. And so you hear this feeling alone and isolated and that God wasn't doing anything for them. There was a reason. They weren't serving him. And if you notice, Samuel called them to obedience in their life and saying, look, if you want God to do something for you, how about if you start by doing what he's already told you to do? So, hey, some of you may be feeling abandoned today. My question to you is, are you being obedient to God in the areas that God has spoken to you about? Now, we don't go on our feelings. We know that. However, it's a good time to check ourselves. If we've gone through a long period of time where we feel like the Lord has abandoned us, let's make sure it's not us who has abandoned him. Let's be his church.